Sports on Air.
Or the underdog in this matchup?
I always look at myself, and again, what everybody else says, I always feel underdog, and I always take that. I never feel like my team's the best team. I always feel like, you look at the opposition, you're studying them, and you go, oh my goodness. And it started for me when I got here, and it was the final series, semifinal series. That's when we arrived at the last cup, and I saw Talking Text, I saw San Miguel, I saw these guys play in those finals, and I thought, oh my God, they're advanced to this, older, faster, more experienced, quicker, and the toughness always along. The physicality. They're not the biggest, but they play physical. They play with their heart and emotion. And so to be here, I thought that right after the San Miguel game, I go, God, we beat that team. And it was such a huge lift, and it gives you confidence for this because we're a lot better than we were when we first arrived. But I look at them, I look at their depth, I look at positionally, and he's described us, and I have the same sort of thing towards them. How are you going to match with Brownlee? Who guards him? Because it's not your import. And their depth, and it's a 7-game series. So there's a lot of obstacles to overcome, and a lot of youth that have never played in a final series before. So I view it, that's a long-winded, I feel like an underdog.
Coach, you told us a while ago that this is going to be a players' game in the championship series, right? But other than that, how do you think the series is going to be won?
Well, I think it always, a big part of it, basketball, is easy baskets. And you look at this team, and offensive rebounds, they got a ton in the last series. Offensive rebounds, second opportunities. They got a lot of fast break baskets, a lot of layups in transition. So again, finals basketball to me is all about easy baskets, taking those away, applying pressure and withstanding pressure. So if we can get our defense set and we can keep them off the glass, we have a chance. If what happened in the last series happens to us, we'll be out real early.
Coach, you mentioned before, like last Wednesday, that this is your first best of 7 series ever. You've been used to adjusting to best of 3 finals, a best of 5 finals, or just recently a best of 5 semis. So how are you adjusting in terms of the mindset that, hey, we might have to play Game 6, like Game 7?
I think it's a more of the process that goes along during it, the adjustments that are going to take place in this big gap after Game 2 between that. And I think there's going to be more pressure on recovery, more pressure on adjustments, not change, but adjustments because of the length of this. And again, when you're playing a best of 3, there is some, but not to this degree. I mean, you can really play something and get hurt in one and make an adjustment and grow that adjustment over the course because it's a longer period of time. So starting this thing fundamentally like we've been playing the whole time, but just have a mentality that it's 7 games and you're not knocked out if you lose one. So emotionally, you got to keep an even keel, a win or a loss. You got to be good at recovery, and you got to be very good at adjustments.
Speaking of adjustments, after Game 2, whether it's going to get 1-1 or 2-0, there's going to be a 1-week break. So is that it's going to be a welcome development for you in terms of probably thinking about Game 3, that 1-week break?
I think the break is really good for us because I do think factually that I involved 7 guys in Game 3 and 9 in Game 4, but some of them played 7 minutes. So my depth so far hasn't been their depth. So anything, timeouts, longer timeouts, more breaks in the game, longer breaks in between games is really good for us. So that Game 2, I'm saying, let's play this. We've got 2 games, and we're in a 2 games final series. And then we get a deep breath, and then we go to the next. Don't think of it as 7 games. So that break is a big factor.
Speaking of big factor, will that also be a factor in probably considering bringing back Miles for Game 3 on January 4th?
Miles Powell's out, so that's
whatever happens.
He he's that tendon was snapped, and it's a 6-week process minimal. So that takes us till
Whatever happens.
end of July. So he's out.
Coach, I have a question outside the PBA. Can we see you in the World Cup for Australian team?
Definitely. Yeah, that's a done deal. So after the Olympics, I knew when I came here I would be involved with the team leading into the Worlds and leading into the Olympics. If we still have to qualify for the Olympics, but we qualified for the Worlds, and we're excited about that. And being here now,
You're already
knowing
familiarized with the place.
yes, definitely. So and learning more about the basketball here in the Philippines, all of it's positive.
What do you like most here in the Philippines aside basketball?
Well, I just where we're living, the setup. I mean, I like getting out of my hotel. I like the weather. I like the food. I like the area that we live in. I find the Filipino people really kind, really fun, and really thoughtful. Like the hotel, everyone's so nice, so warm, so friendly, and it's easy to meet people, talk, and communicate. Where, I've been in Australia, it's no different than America, and then when I went to China, you can't communicate without a third party. Here, everybody speaks the same language. We're in the best part of the Philippines, and we're in a country where they love basketball. Everything's at your fingertips. The malls, I went to the MMA fights. I get to watch good basketball, college basketball, pro basketball. I walk out of my hotel. I'm in the best restaurant area. I mean, anything that you want. So,
Speaking of foods, what kind of Filipino?
I mean, I wouldn't know the name of anything. I just eat everything and anything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Habang mainit ang mga laman sa ating mga paboritong liga, mag-register sa 1xBet. Pwede nyo gamitin ang inyong browser or ang cellphone, mapa-Android man o iOS. Gamitin lang ang inyong mobile number at huwag kalimutan ilagay sa promo code ang 1x on air. Kapag ginawa nyo yan, pwede kayong magkaroon ng bonus up to 7,000 pesos. Pwede nyo gamitin ang GCash account nyo para makapag-deposit or mag-cash out. Simple lang, di ba? Kaya mag-register na sa 1xBet. Thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.